Corner. Jetzt überall im Zeitschriftenhandel.
Hallo, hier ist Mr. Sammy Deluxe. Fizzy Boys on Pills.
Kreis und ihr schaut Joyce.
All die Bücher, die ich noch nie habe gelesen.
Joyce!
Make some motherfucking noise.
Viel Vergnügen.
Herr Wetzler, Ihr Wagen ist bereit mit Touchscreen-Navigation, Kollisionswarner, elektronische Einparkhilfe, Smartphone Connectivity und beheizbarem Lenkrad.
Oh.
So ist nämlich hin.
Das neue O von Opel. Der neue Corsa mit den Innovationen der Oberklasse.
Oh.
Afro-Pfingsten Festival. Julian Marley and the Uprising, Kimani Marley, Joe Merza Marley, Keziah Jones, Dele Susimi Afrobeat Orchestra, Sally Niolo. Afro-Pfingsten Festival. Vom 19. bis 24. Mai in Winterthur. Hol dir jetzt dein Ticket.
Dein Moment abseits des Alltäglichen. The Red Bulletin. Dein Moment abseits des Alltäglichen. The Red Bulletin. The Red Bulletin. Jetzt überall im Zeitschriftenhandel.
This is how I show my love. I'm playing in my mind.
Hallo, hier is Mr. Sammy Deluxe. Fizzy Boys on Pills.
Kreis und die schauen Joyce.
Kom maar niet meer gaan met de Hannah Montana, Melanie Wieneke, Madonna, Rihanna, doe maar. Al die buren van die nog niet herklassen.
Joyce!
Make some motherfucking noise.
Viel Vergnügen.
Plätze. Ihr Wagen ist bereit mit Touchscreen-Navigation, Kollisionswarner, elektronische Einparkhilfe, Smartphone-Connectivity und beheizbarem Lenkrad.
Så stem ich ihn.
Das neue O von Opel. Der neue Corsa mit den Innovationen der Oberklasse.
Oh.
So, liebe Leute, jetzt kommen wir der ganzen Sache ein bisschen näher. Finale wird in wenigen Minuten beginnen und diesmal sind wir nicht alleine. Wir wollen nämlich heute das in die ganze Welt übertragen. bevor wir mit dem eigentlichen Finale anfangen, wollen wir das, oder würden wir gerne mit eurer Hilfe ein bisschen Atmosphäre hier hineinbringen. Dass wir das auf unseren Webcast schießen können und das jeder auf der Welt sieht. Und genau diese Aufnahmen brauchen wir kurz. Und deswegen helft mir mal ganz kurz. Wir testen das 1-2 Mal, okay? Wie schaut's da drüben aus? Are you guys ready for the finals? Und ihr könnt's noch viel lauter. Wie schaut's da drüben aus? Und jetzt alle zusammen für den Webcast, für die ganze Welt, was hier abgeht beim Swatch Rocket Air. Denen stinkt so dermaßen, dass sie daheim vor dem Computer haben. Gut, ich renne jetzt da runter. Wir schauen uns ein paar Bilder noch an. Und dann gebe ich zum Ryan, unserem Webcast-Meister, der das Ganze moderiert. Und der wird uns auch dann die Fahrer vorstellen. Bis gleich.
Thank you, Toon. Thank you, the world. Thanks for tuning in here. This is the silver stop of the FMB World Tour, the Swatch Rocket Air out here in Thun, Switzerland. We've just gone through a crazy 2 days of pre-qualifications and then into this incredible qualification round. Seen some of the world's best riders get knocked out here. It is not something easy to compete in, but we got it down to the finals, the top 15 of the 2015 Swatch Rocket Air. Let's see that rider list start up. Who's going to be dropping for you guys here tonight? So we have out of Hungary, Oscar Nagy, dropping in Canadian Braden Barrett-Hay, Thomas Lamont from France, a German Lucas Knopf, Corto Tesca from Italy, Czech Republic, Thomas Zaida, Bobby Lemiran from Canada as well, Great Britain, Sam's Pilgrim, Jakob Wenzel, Pete Anke from Germany, Simon Gottsiak, Nuno Barroso, Max Fredriksson from Germany, Thomas Chenot, the Belgium, second place in our FMB World Stanking, third place in our FMB World Stanking, and then Nikolai Rogatkin out of the United States. First place qualifier here today. Those boys are going to be dropping in last. So give it up for your riders, the finalists here in the 2015 Swatch Rocket Air Thun. Give it up for them. Jerome Hunziker and Ramon Hunziker from the Flying Metal crew. Big round of applause to the organizers here. Those are our judges up there as well. Alex Dropsy, head judge. Thank you very much, boys, for coming out. He's from France. And as well, we have Pascal and Nicolas. So 3 main judges up here for the World Tour. There you see them. Give them a round of applause. This is a very difficult job for the judges. Hard sport. Especially after that qualification round that just happened. We were just speaking about this. If you talked 2 years ago, those would have been first place runs at the top level slopestyle events. Pretty much every single rider who was qualifying today would have been able to compete for a medal contention there, but half of them are not even making finals yet. So a big round of applause to all the riders for coming out here. Competition is tough, but we're gonna get right underway with the finals here in a moment.
Herr Wetzel, Ihr Wagen ist bereit mit Touchscreen-Navigation, Kollisionswarner, elektronische Einparkhilfe, Smartphone Connectivity und beheizbarem Lenkrad.
Oh.
Så jsem ich ihn.
Das neue O von Opel. Der neue Corsa mit den Innovationen der Oberklasse.
Oh.
Jetzt aber. Einer war's noch.
So,
Vielen
back
Dank
at
für
it.
Anrufen, für das Ganze noch unterstützen.
Oscar Nagy is going to be the first person dropping in here. See the Canadian Braden Barrett-Hay. And Oscar Nagy from Hungary. Had a tough qualification, but hey, I'm looking at the years of everyone born here. I think we have every single person in the 90s. So it's official, everyone is incredibly young. The level of riding was insane for the last qualification round. We had everything. Double flips, triple tail whips, quad truck drivers, opposite galores. So be ready to see this happen again in the finals. Oscar Nagy from Hungary dropping in. He was incredibly nervous as we were sitting at the dinner table a minute ago. Backflip tabletop starting it off. Huge flip whip over the leg jump and coming up into the step up front flip. Watches his front tire, almost was hitting the rafters on that next beam. So it's a very unique course here at the Rocket Air. Start off dropping in one side of the ice hockey arena, come in down this huge ramp into the step up, blasting over this next 20-meter long jump and up into this huge step up. Then you go up the stairs, wait for dropping down the next drop-in ramp, which goes into a nice whale tail, big double hip, around a berm, over the plane, and into a quarter pipe. So we have a little bit of a break for the riders as they get a re-rack on the opposite side of the hangar, but it's a very great atmosphere out here in Thun. A lot of pretty Swiss people, and it's undercover, so it may be raining outside. The castle is gray and gloomy, but we're happy, dry, and ready to see some slopestyle happen. Are you ready for Oscar Nagy to drop in? Here he comes. Back down the course, tail him up into the whale tail. Tuck no-hander out. 360 suicide double board spin.
Double truck. Wheelie um die Ecke.
Coming up into the plane feature, backflip, double bar spin, I believe. And a huge 540. Clean run for Oscar Nagy. Seems very pumped with that. Maybe I can get a replay on this last run. Here we go. Tail up in. It looks like he was going for something. Yeah, there we go. Tuck no-hander. Didn't quite get it off in the first one. I think he was maybe going for a tuck to bar spin. 360 double truck suicide. Yeah, and that was a backflip double bar spin over the plane jump and into really cool 540 using all the quarter pipe he can there right to the very end, but clean and composed. Eye of the tiger on that one.
Also es geht genauso weiter wie gestern und vorher in dem Qualifying.
So if you're just tuning in with us anywhere you are in the world, thanks for watching us streaming on the Flying Metal Crew YouTube channel. You may be watching us out there on Pink Bike, somewhere on the FMB World Tour, or through any of our other friends on the mountain bike realm. But we are here live in Thun at the ice arena. This is correct. It's an ice hockey and curling arena that has been changed by the good folks at the Flying Metal Crew. They do a lot of course building throughout the year in Switzerland and into Germany. But enough about them. Here we go. Braden Barrett-Hay dropping in for his first run all the way out from Canada. Across the Atlantic. 360 off the first big drop. Huge backflip tail up, catching it way up in the air. Opposite 360 on the step up. So a lot of the riders are really having to push the bubble and constantly going over, okay, what is going to be scoring the highest tricks? Everyone wants to get a spin or a flip off some of the drops. Everyone wants to get a huge trick off that jump right there, the biggest middle jump. That's the highest scored feature on course, next to the first step down. And the step up looks to be where everyone is experimenting. A lot of opposite tricks that riders aren't super comfortable doing on big doubles. Here we go, drop it back in, Braden Barrett-Hay, backflip into the roller, 360 out, and over the hip, 720, and just sliding out on that one. Looked like he over-rotated a bit, maybe spinning a tiny bit early on that jump, but he slid out nice and clean. It is a two-run format, typical slope style here, so he is going to be able to re-rack and get another run, but that's going to play a lot into his head because as we watch the qualifications, there is no room to breathe. Every single person, every rider was tested to their limits here today. Qualification was absolutely insane. Don't want to ruin it for you yet, but yeah, we saw a lot of incredible stuff. The Belgian rider, Thomas Chenot, as well, sitting in second spot. He came out with some big tricks, a lot of smooth, consistent riding like we've seen him do in the last couple of years. Nikolai Rogatkin, what can I say, man? He did some incredible tricks. The smoothest cork 7 over that middle jump that I've ever seen. But another Frenchman that shouldn't be mistaken, he doesn't have his flashy zebra cheetah pants on today. Thomas Lamont, all the way out from France. 661 seems to be hooking him up a lot these days. 360X up on the first jump, pedaling his heart out. Huge tuck no-hander 360 over the next double. And a 360 truck just holding on. Looks like you got a little rear heavy there. Maybe going into a bit of a manual, but 360X up. 360 tuck. Very stylish kid right there. The Southern French riders are having a lot of this camaraderie. They're coming together throughout the winter time, hanging out every day, and seems to just be working on their style because they're some of the smoothest riders out here. And I like to see that they're more going for the flow than the biggest tricks. That as well is judged very highly from our great panel of educated judges. Because sometimes it isn't just about the biggest tricks that you can throw and how squirrely you can make the landing, but how smooth and high and clean you can make your riding look. And I think that's what the Southern French kids are really spot on with. Okay, backflip, Thomas Lamont into there. Truck driver out. Coming up into that little hip. Oh! Bar spin, tuck no-hander, bar spin. The usual combination bar spin to tuck there. Even stepped up higher with another bar spin at the end. And a huge amplitude on that quarter pipe. He's been hitting it higher than anyone else today. The crowd here in Thun going nuts for Thomas's run there. 360, backflip in, truck driver out. Check this, bar spin, tuck, bar spin. Man, I haven't seen that done ever on a mountain bike. And then a backflip bar spin over the airplane jump. And a huge amplitude, unturned down, way over top of the barrels, nice and high in the quarter pipe. So he's just going to be sitting at the bottom here waiting for the judges to rack up his score. This is definitely not an easy job for judges. We're into the mid-70s already. Oh, and 74.3. Le Mans is going to be your new leader. Only 4 guys riding right now, so it might be bumped out soon, but for now, Thomas Le Mans is sitting as your current leader after run number 4. Lucas Knopf. A lot of smooth riding out of him today. So a really cool trick off the big middle jump. First run of his qualifications. Ended up getting a little squirrely on the landing, just pulled it and had to miss the second jump. So he cleaned it up for the second run, but let's see if he does that big trick again here. Finals, tail whip down the drop. 360 bar to tail whip. Oh, and just couldn't hold on for, oh, makes it up the step up still, but he's bummed. He knows that isn't going to hold merit because he missed a trick on the step up. You're going to have to clean every jump here to make it into any close to top 5 contention. But check it out. This was a massive trick. 360 bar spin to whip over that huge 20-meter double. Just a little bit under-rotated after the whip came around. Unfortunate. That's going to get him out of contention, but let's see what he has. I'm sure he's going to still put a nice run together. You have to think as well, the riders haven't had a lot of time to practice at this point. They've been sitting cold turkey for a couple hours after qualification has just finished. Knopf dropping in here. Tuck no-hander, 360 bar spin out of the dish. Huge 360 tuck no-hander over the hip, so having to spin a little bit of over rotation to make that hip there, so a bit the harder way. Double tail whip over the airplane jump is not a big jump, so that's a huge trick to pull there. And a bar spin table tap. on the very top of the deck. Seeing very standard truck drivers consecutively throughout the runs of all the riders here. The trick was almost unheard of from only the elite riders just a couple years ago. And now it is very common practice to have double trucks. And well, you'll see in a bit some excessive amounts of bar spins put into 360s. Lucas Knopf, 55.3, still with a big bobble on his feet there, sitting in the third place. Just above Braden Hank. There are judges there looking hard. Pete Hanke, Thomas Seida, Bobby Lemiron, and there is the man, Torquato Testa. The only Italian rider that we have up here in the finals. One of the only Italian riders that is riding professional FMB World Tour here. Torquato Testa dropping in for run number 1 at the finals. Backflip 1 foot X up. Huge backflip pendulum. That's a no foot can both ways. Oh, and slipping his pedals, missing it. I saw this kid last year out at the Vienna Air King. He popped up out of nowhere in my radar and a lot of others for the FMB World Tour because I was the first stop, came out and threw some of the gnarliest tricks in that straight dirt jump line at Vienna. Blew us all away and has been on tour, kind of proving himself ever since, but just isn't able to pull it completely together here for the first run. Having a bobble just like the previous Lucas Knopf. Torquato Testa. CP Gang sticker represent the Barcelona Herd Rats. Tuck no-hander up into the disc, 360 out. Huge flip way, oh! Under rotating and going down hard on that hip. It looks to be okay though. What happened, he says. Pavel Alekin over there in the left corner of the screen. If you saw, he was out yesterday with a really bad ankle injury. Nice to see he's walking around though. But he was out here, just not able to compete. Hurt himself in pre-qualification practice. So as you can see, the course here is immaculately sculpted from the Flying Metal crew. They're doing a lot of incredible work out here in Switzerland, and especially every year we come to Thun. They've done it again, perfectly sculpted. Not even just perfectly sculpted, but we have a theme for every year, and this year it's the junkyard. And Torquato Testa getting a 26.7, putting him in 5th spot for run number 1 right now. He's going to be able to surely bump up and do that better. Because like I said, if you've made it this far through qualifications and into the final round, you definitely had to prove yourself in the pre-qualifications and the qualies. So, sitting after 5 rounds there, we have Thomas Lemoine, Oscar Nagy, Lucas Knopf, and Braden Barrett. Hey, Torquato Testa finishing off, and there we go, Thomas Seida out of the Czech Republic. Man, he had a lot of combinations. He had a lot of combinations in qualifying. Let's see what he has here. 360 bar spin. Double tail whip over the big jump. 360 on turn down. I believe he screwed up a little bit on that first jump. Caught the bars a tiny bit off because he was going for double trucks earlier today. Oh, I know a lot of the riders are a little nervous around this big crowd here. You're gonna have to pull it together for run number 2. No, a fun thing here in Thun is they don't just drink beer regularly. They have tall boys and they rip off the entire top, so they're just like cups. Makes you drink a lot faster. A lot of the riders who did not qualify will know that as you see them along the sideline drinking and cheering on their friends, but Seida is just killing it there. 3 whip to tabletop, nice and clicked, and over the airplane jump, flip whip over the plane. Huge trick there. A lot of the riders are very nervous at clipping the plane, doing any kind of other maneuver than a flip. But Thomas Seida stoked on his run, and so is Thun, Switzerland. Let's just replay where I was talking over my head. Check it out again. 360 tail whip, catch, click a tabletop. Another angle of that flip whip beside the plane. Really have to have confidence on your execution of your tricks there. Because like I was saying, it is a very close ride to the plane. Cockpit. They actually decided they wanted to put me in the plane this year. Couldn't really make it work, so they put a smoke machine inside it instead. That might have been a better idea. Could have been a quite cool view, actually. So if you're just tuning in with us, we are 6 runs down on this silver stop at the FMB World Tour. Up here in the lovely Thun, Switzerland. The gorgeous German-speaking part of Swiss Alps. Beautiful castle above us, nice scenery. It's a good change from the flat country I live in of the Netherlands. Miss those mountains. And of course, this is Europe, so everything is allowed. Smoking inside. And Zaida is going to be your new leader with a 77.3. Bumping him up 5 spots ahead of your next leader, Thomas Lemoine. And here we have Bobby Lemieux, privateer almost of the tour. But man, does this kid have skill. Let's see if he can pull it together. We were just talking a lot with the judges and seeing what he can do for the best run. Okay, truck driver in. He's never done that before. Now, 360 triple bar spin. Opposite truck driver. Okay, let's take a look back at that because there was a lot of action happening in that first run. First time ever doing that. He just wung it. 360 bar spin down, the step down. Going into the big jump. 1, 2, 3. Yep, okay, there was just a triple. That means he might have something else up his sleeve. Hint. Triple truck driver over the big jump and opposite truck driver up the step up. Man, this kid has bar spins on lock. Okay, so all you internet nerds out there, what bike is he riding? Because it's a famous bike, you should have been able to notice it. It's kind of like a hand-me-down he got and he's just been killing it on it. Somebody needs to sponsor this guy. Okay, already dropping into the next part. Tail whip in. Bar spin back on the step down. 360 whip. Looks like he was going for something a little more there, but he has it. Coming over the plane jump. Flip whip over the plane jump. And a tuck no-hander finishing it off. Nice and clean. You know, it wasn't exactly the run he was planning in his head, but that was a very high up trick difficulty, a lot of combination tricks, such smooth style in that. Look at the bar spin backs. Hardway doing that 360 whip. Oh, looks like he had a little bit more time to do something else. And flip whip over the side of the plane there. Coming into a nice amplitude quarter air with a tuck no-hander. Bobby Lemieux from Canada, doing for Fox Senses Grips. I'm not sure if there's anything else. Anticipating the judge's reaction on this score. Let's see where he's going to rank amongst the others. Is it going to be enough to beat the 77.3 of Thomas Zaida? Is it going to be enough? Had a very hard crash in his first run. Qualifying. He's been putting it together. Giving you a little hint of whose bike that is. Nice close-up camera angles. Well, I mean, it's his now, yeah. Okay. But it was somebody else's before. And if you're watching us online anywhere else in Switzerland, maybe you want to come join us for the lovely after party we're going to have Ing. Swatch putting it on with the Flying Metal crew. Eye the Tiger. Looking very serious. He's really making the judges work, calculating all those bar spins and 360s and backflips and tail whips. Alex Dropsy, you see there, head judge overlooking all the others, making sure that he comes through, and he's going to be your #1 leader, 80.0, Bobby Lemiren. He is going to be the rider to beat, 3 points already ahead of Thomas Ida. And I'm sure he's happy with that, walking away finally with a smile on his face other than disappointment, but there's another boy with a big smile. Broken and crooked, but it is one nonetheless. Sam Pilgrim from Colchester. Sam is doing it for Swatch, Monster Energy Drinks, TSG, NS Bikes, Marizoki, backflip tabletop, huge flip whip over the next jump, and a double whip on the step up. If you've been watching the highlight clips that he's been posting recently, you would have known that Sam had a very rough year last year. Mental demons are a huge part of the industry, especially when you're having such fierce competition like you do on this tour. It's hard to stay #1 for long. Sam was feeling the wrath, but he's back out here, qualified nice up in the rankings. Tossing all the big tricks again. Double tails, let's see if he catches with his, slips his right foot there, so that is gonna be a deduction. Oh, already dropping in, missed the first jump there, 360 off of the next. Yes. 3-whip over the hip.
He must move.
Coming down beside the airplane, backflip tuck no-hander. And a huge flare tabletop. So we saw there was a backflip into the dish, that's what we missed there. 360 out of the dish. Perfect 360 whip. Nice and dropped in. Backflip, extended tuck no-hander. Looks like he could be touching the nose of that airplane. And a flare table. Sam, one of the only pro riders who makes constant GoPro edits himself. Uploads them on his YouTube feed and Facebook. One of the funnest guys to follow on social media. Make sure you do. If you don't, you're missing out. You saw there was Anthony Villoni. Tough break for Anthony in qualifying yesterday. Pre-qualifying. Okay, yeah, so pre-qualifying, this is how tough it was. Oh, Sam's gonna move in with a 65.0, 5th place. That's what's gonna happen with that pedal slip. He knows he has to step it up and come back next time, but okay, so back to Anthony Villoni, who did a double flip in his pre-qualification run and still didn't qualify. That's how tough it was. Really serious competition out here. Jakob Wenzel, next to drop in. Coming down, the big Red Bull drop, 360 bar spin to X up, huge tuck no hand 360, opposite 360 X up, nice and clean, really clean rider. Hardly see him bobble even, does tons of tricks that he has huge confidence over. Check out that truck driver to X up, big extension and holding the tuck no-hander on that 360. That's something really nice to be watching from the judges on those big jumps, because if you are doing just a trick like that where you're not doing 3 tricks in one or 4 tricks in one, then they want to see a bit of expression from the riders, let's say. Coming back into the ice arena. Oh, Superman, that's new going into the dish. Backflip out. 360ing over the hip. Looks like he was maybe going for something a bit more. And coming up into the airplane jump. Oh, there we go. That's the nose ride to bar spin. And tire tapping on the top of the barrels. Oh, and back on the airplane for a little fun. It's gonna start riding Bert in a minute. Okay, so the Superman up into the dish. That was something new. I haven't seen anyone else do that today. Still not gonna be the highest ranked trick, but something unique, that's for sure. 360. And check out riding on, oh yeah, wall ride on the airplane. Bar spin out. Tire tap on the oil barrels. And then another wall plant on the airplane where the propeller should have been. So junkyard theme, you see we got a lot of rust buckets going on here. Have some grungy white trash. Toon girls, yep. And Yakov in the middle of it all. So I'm just going to go through the riders who did not end up making qualification. Let's see, I have that somewhere here. Yeah, we have Simon Pages, unfortunately. Louis Ribot, man, Louis Ribot is killing it. Oh, and he always does well. But off the big first jump, man, that was one of the hardest crashes I've seen. Cannonball, missed the seat. That's something you do not want to do. That's the worst thing you can see. But man, this is going to be a big run. Pete Henke, the German rider, the one Red Bull rider for German mountain biking. Pete Henke, Adidas Performance, Red Bull Energy Drinks, Canyon Cycles, SRAM, backflip tabletop on the first jump. Double flip, Pete Henke just landed a double off the mid jump. And truck driver up. Oh, he got it. Pete Henke, get on your feet, Toon, because this was a big one. Flip tabletop. Oh, he was going over this for the last 3 nights. 1, 2. He was so nervous that jump was too flat, had not enough kick to do the double flip. But Anthony Vallone did it yesterday, said it was good, held on. He said he hasn't done that since the last time I announced it in Colorado for him. And he's back in 360X up, cork 720. Actually more of a 720, not very corked, but still 720 off that hip jump. And a flat spin over top of the airplane. Pete Henke, bar spin up on top of the last jump. The crowd's going nuts here. Pete Henke just did the run of his life. Oh, I am excited to see that boy back on top. Check out the 720 over that hip jump. Huge tricks. Double flip and a 720. Same run. Man, this is going to be a good score. Finishing it off with a nice clean bar spin air there on the quarter pipe. And you hear the crowd out here in Toon getting on their feet for Pete. 89.0 Pete Henke, almost breaking the 90-point mark. He's going to be the one to beat. Sitting in your #1 spot for the Swatch Rocket Air. Amir Kabani, unfortunately, right there, he wasn't able to qualify. Just missed contention by very minute margins. Lovely picture of Pete we have here. I think we're going to go for a replay of the double. It's Nikolai Rogatkin's helmet. The squid lid as we know it. Okay, but after our top 10, here we have it. Pete Henke in first place with an 89.0. Bobby Lemire, the Canadian, sitting 9 points down incredibly at an 80. Thomas Saida, 77.3. Thomas Lemois at 74.3. And Oscar Nagy rounding off your top 5 with a 70.7. Completely international crowd, everyone from different countries, but ooh, another heavy hitter. Big heavy hitter, Simon Gotzik. You see the Red Bull helmet. I'm wondering what he's doing off this big jump, because what he just did for fun in practice was an incredible trick. Oh, backflip 1 foot can starting it off. Front flip bar spin over the big jump. Backflip bar spin. I love that, going both ways there. Oh, haven't seen him front flip at all this weekend. Okay, let's check it out again. Simon Gosiak, backflip 1 foot can. And then coming up into that huge 20-meter double front flip bar spin. And then into the step up. It's actually really hard to do the backflip there because you have to spin super late, otherwise your head is going to clip the deck. Backflip bar spin up top of the deck. Here he is, ready to go again. Simon Gosiak dropping back into the ice arena. 3, 2, 1. And here he comes up on screen. Backflip up into the whale tail. 360 tabletop out, coming into the hip. 360 double bar spin suicide, flowing up around the berm here and into the airplane jump. Backflip tail whip, clean, and into the quarter pipe. Topside whip, smooth run for Gosiak. Man, I never want to be a judge in this sport again. This is getting too insane. Such clean runs. Look at that. 2 times bar spinning around. Looks like Ryan Nyquist out there. Big old flip whip. And that nice tail whip on the quarter pipe, finishing it off for the Polish rider. So Dropsy, man, your team has it cut out for you today. We're only 11 riders through this 15-rider heat. So maybe we'll go, there we go, 84.7, second place for Simon Gosiak. Not going to be enough to bump the German out Pete Henke, but it is enough to get up in a podium contention. And maybe that's going to hold, maybe it is. Nicholas Rogatkin's qualifying run was an 87.3, so nobody yet today at the Rocket Air has broken the 90-point mark, but Nuno Barroso, maybe he's going to be able to do it. Maybe he is. Incredible skills from this kid we saw in pre-qualifiers. Oh, one-handed to late bar spin. 720 over the big jump, so smooth. Oh no. Looks like he was going for a seat grab to whip. Really couldn't tell what was happening there, but I mean, these guys hanging out in La Palma, they have a bit of a different mindset. They're all a little crazy. Who knows what's really going on upstairs? Nice, perfect 720 over that jump. Really, yeah, look, well, yeah. Was he trying a Superman seat grab to whip? I don't know. I think so. Tough luck. But getting back into it, looks like he hurt his hand maybe a little bit. Wasn't as hard of a fall as you would have on most of the other jumps, but it still is pretty big and groundbreaking. Okay, bar spin up, 360 bar spin out. Whoa, all the way off course. 360 downside whip. A little bit of extra flair coming in there with the tabletop. Double whip over the airplane jump and into the quarter pipe. Huge invert. This kid has some big tabletops on him. So I'm just going to go from 16th to 25th place here for the qualifiers. The riders that you won't be seeing on screen here, but I'll give you a little information on it. Reed Boggs finishing in 16th place out of the United States, out of Cleveland, Ohio. And then Tom Cardy from Great Britain, Amir Kabani from Germany, Matt Jones, the Red Bull rider from Great Britain, Eric Valenta from Austria, Alex Alenko from Sweden, Elof Lind from Sweden as well, Ramon Hunziker, the Swiss local here in Thun, huge crowd favorite, Louis Rabot and Simon Pages finishing off the unqualified riders. Made it through the pre-qualifications, but couldn't make it through the qualifications. But a rider who did make it through qualifications, finishing off yesterday's your number one pre-qualifier, and today, as third place in qualifier, Max Friedrichsen, bar spin, back off the first step down. Backflip, tail whip over the next big jump, and an opposite whip up top of the step up. Bummed out he slipped the pedal there. We were talking before, we knows that bar to bar back is not going to be the highest score trick that he can do off that step down, but he really likes it, and he just wants to do the run that he has fun on instead of doing the run that's going to get the best score. Said, well, I made it already third here in qualifying. I'm happy with this. I'm happy riding the finals, but I'm just going to have fun out there. So hats off to you, Max. You're doing it right, I think. After all, if you qualified for this, you're good. So, whip into the dish. 360 double bar out. Opposite double bar. Whoa! Max Friedrichsen getting gnarly out there. And into the airplane. Double whip. So much time to catch even on that small jump, and sailed out tuck no-hander on the quarter pipe air. Such smooth riding from the Swedish boy. Canyon Cycles on the team out there with the Belgian rider Thomas Genot and the current leader here, Pete Henke. Canyon really making a big workforce out there of the riders. Check that. Double truck on the step down into opposite double truck on the hip there. Coming into this beautiful double whip over the airplane jump. Perfect catch of the pedals. The sailed out tuck no-hander, finishing it off for the young Swedish rider. And young, everyone here is in the 90s. That is official. All born in 1990 or later. 97. Yep, there's a 97 in there. Man, I feel old. Alex Dropsy and the judges trying to add this one up. There was a foot slip on that Oppo whip on the step up, so I wonder how it's going to work. You didn't touch. You know, there's a different level of how much deductions you can get here. If you slip, it's usually maybe around 5 points. Hey, 75.7, so it wasn't a huge deduction. Max should be stoked with that, sitting in 5th spot. Let's get back to that. There's kind of a big guns. Oh, that's up next. 2 big guns we have, of course. We're finishing off the first rounds already. Thomas Genot out of Belgium, living in the south of France. Genot dropping on course. Last year's winner, sitting 3rd in the FMB. Oh, cork 720 out of that truck. 360 downside whip up the step up. Man, it couldn't have been cleaner than that. Let's take a rewatch. Truck driver, so smooth. Ooh, 2 pedals, huge cork 7. Wow, that is the trick of 2015. Everyone seems to be landing that one perfect if you're going over 20-foot doubles so confidently. And yeah, I don't know, maybe you call that a decade, maybe it's a 3 downside. Truck driver, opposite 3. Backflip bar and tuck no-hander. Coming up in the airplane jump. Oppo whip. And a regular downside. Love how he's just having fun with his riding there. You can just tell how much these guys have been practicing. They're so comfortable on these bikes. The level of riding is insane. Backflip bar to tuck, it wasn't the largest extension, but it was a very cool trick on that relatively small hip for such a jump. Oppo whip there, and then going quarter, downside regular whip. Fun stuff out of the Belgian rider, doing for Ion Canyon Bikes, Red Bull Energy Drinks, TSG. And he is rewarded for that style. 92.3. Genot is your new leader. Well, I guess that's how you see you really don't need the huge combination tricks all the time. You just need to really perfect your riding style. Smooth consistency just beat a double flip and cork 7. Well, actually, Shannon did a cork 7 as well. Man, the tricks are just so high up there. Nikolai Rogatkin dropping in, tail whip on the step down. Cork 720 as well on the big jump. Front flip up the step up. Solid riding. You can call him the Squidlet Kid or the Green Monster now in that jersey. But one thing you cannot contest, he has clean riding. And his tricks are unbeatable lately. The man dominating the Vienna Air Kings single-handedly, taking best trick and the win in the contest. Nikolai is on fire this year, back and forth from the United States and to Europe. Dropping back in, popping in course here with an opposite 3. Tail whip, front flip, oh, shoot. I don't know if he just missed the catch there, if he was actually going for a front flip double bar. Had a really hard crash again. Okay, so Oppo 3 in. Whip out. Bar. Yeah, he missed the bars there. Oh, tough luck for the American rider. Almost had it as well. Almost. But Nikolai, man, maybe I jinxed you. I apologize. So get back up there. Go do it again. You can do it, buddy. Nikolai Rogatkin going to forfeit there the rest of his run, sitting in 13th spot with 36.3. That concludes the first runs of the finals here at the Swatch Rocket Air. Linking it back up. We're not going to re-rack in consecutive order. We're just going to drop again, same order. So a Hungarian rider, Oscar Nagy. Here we go, though. This is your leaderboard so far. Thomas Chenot, the Belgian rider, in first. Pete Henke with the second place, that double flip over the big jump. And Simon Gotziak is your third place leader right there. Bobby Lemira just bumped out of podium contention. Thomas Zaida in 5th place. Max Fredriksson in 6th. Thomas Lemont 7th. Oscar Nagy 8th place. Back into the last 15 here. Jakob Fensel in 9th place. Sam Pilgrim, the Great Britain, the man of the hour, we know him. 10th place. Lucas Knopf 11th. Nuno Barroso, the Portuguese rider, in 12th. Nikolai Rogatkin, 13th place. Braden Barrett-Hay, all the way from Canada as well, 14th. And finishing off your top 15, Torquato Tesca out of Italy, 26.7. So the riders who you see on the bottom of the grid there are going to want to really step it up. All the pressure is on them. The riders like Thomas Chenot might be able to just chill. And then if you're Pete Henke and you just did a double flip and a 7 in your run, what else do you have to do? I don't even know what room to breathe there is. Okay, let's see this backflip tabletop from the Hungarian rider. Backflip whip over the big jump and into the step up. There we go, Oppo truck. Really clean flip whip. Clean and consistent. We'll see how the judges score that. Wonder where he is. I can't see him up. Oh, there you go. Oscar taking a bit of time as he gets himself up the drop in. He's had some sleepless nights here. He knows he really wants to step it up. These riders aren't out here just for the fun. They want to really make it on that podium. They want to make a name for themselves. After all, this is their job. Oscar Nagy dropping back in. Oh! front flip into the deck, and man, I don't know what happened there. He had to snap and it looks like halfway he just stopped rotating. Thought for sure he was gonna have that. Tough luck for Oscar Nagy. Let's just check it out one more time. Gets the snap. Oh, he touched the roof. He hit the roof. Oh no. Oh, that couldn't have been worse luck. Hit the roof. Still so composed, not angry. What a humble guy. So Braden Barrett-Hay, 32.7, 14th place. One up from the bottom. He knows that he has to get it together here. Braden, from Canada, big stuff he has in his bag. 360 off the starting gate on that big step down. Flip whip over the next big 20-meter double. Oppo 360 tuck, slipping a pedal. Man, he's disappointed as well there, but let's see if he can pull it together. Threes down that big Red Bull step down. Massive amplitude on that flip whip over the nice big Swatch jump. An opposite three tuck. Just comes a little squirrely on the landing and has to put one foot down to save himself. Consciously dropping in there, backflip. 360 going for a tuck. 720 and crashing. Unfortunate for Braden Barrett-Hay. He's going to be upset with that one. Really too bad he wasn't able to do that. Yeah, I was going for the tuck no-hander there. Just a few bobbles. Really messing up the head. Spinning his heart out on that, but not able to get it completely. The crowd here in Tunis is just giving him a big round of applauses. Zip it. Next up, the Frenchman, Thomas Lemont, 7th place, had a nice run. So what else can he do to bump this up? It was a really nice run, but he's just sitting in 7th. But that's a top 10. That's nice. Should be happy with that. I think he has more. 360 bar spin. Pedal, pedal. Huge. Yes. 360 tuck no-hander to X up. Big, big front flip up the step up. That was the additions he needed, I believe. Very dumped in truck driver on that step down. 360 tuck to X up. Nice and clean consistency there. And a massively popped, really snapped that front flip on the step up. Backflip into the dish. Truck driver out. Bar. Whoa, bar. I'm getting tongue-tied because of that. He did it in his first run as well, but bar, tuck, bar, backflip bar. And then again, big amplitude. Having fun out there. The Frenchman, our hipster on the tour. No zebra or leopard pants, but maybe he'll work something else out for the next big contest. I heard maybe some plaid. Bar, tuck, bar. Such consequence when you're throwing the bars that late as you're coming back down to gravity. One Industries, Canyon Cycles, 661. Can't tell what we're looking at there. I don't know. Cameraman? Get on it. Yes. He's officially a French hipster. So if you're just tuning in with us here at the Rocket Air, we're nearly 4 riders through our second runs of the final. I'm Ryan Meyer. I'm presenting here in Thun, Switzerland, in this gorgeous ice rink that has been converted into a junkyard for mountain bikers. Oh, bumping it up, 79.0 into 5th place. Thomas Lamont is happy with that one. Lucas Knopf getting the headphones pumping. 55.3 was his first run. See what he's going to be able to do. Run number 2. Lucas Knopf, tail whip in. 360 bar. Double whip, and he stomps it. That was the consistency we need to see. That's what the judges are looking for. No bobbles at all. Tail whip on that step down. Very solid truck driver. That jump is so big, he maybe could have tossed a couple more in. But consistency is what we're looking for, more so than number of times you can spin the bars, I think we'll say. Perfect double whip as well up top. Tuck no hander up into the dish. 360 bar spin out. 360 whip. Very smooth trick execution. Oh, front flip over the plane jump. Haven't seen that at all. Oh no. At the very end. Bar to foot jam. And messed it up. That's very difficult on the smallest feature of the course, the last quarter pipe, to be messing it up there, but that's how the wind blows, I guess. Very nice, clean whip. Check that front flip. Haven't seen him do one of those in a while. There's the bar. Just didn't get the rear end enough. Couldn't get that foot jam perfectly locked in. Oh, hard on the knee there. Gonna have to go with his first run score there, 55.3. He's gonna do it here today for Lucas Knopf, 11th place. Anything is respectable though in this final. Like we said, Oscar Nagy. All right, sorry, Torquato Testa. Torquato Testa, the Italian CP gang. Beto Bikes, TSG. Ion Clothing. Backflip 1 foot X up, starting it off big. Backflip pendulum, that's an over can each way. And a decade up, slips a pedal but doesn't touch ground. So let's see how the judges react on that one. Starting it off big though, that's something that they are looking for. That's one of the biggest scored features on course, is that first step down and then into the big jump. So 2 huge, unique tricks, backflip 1 foot exo and backflip pendulum. Decade up, the step up. Backflip in. 360 out. Oppo 7? Was that an Oppo 7? Yeah, it was. Okay, so going for an Oppo 7, that would have been very cool. Just coming up a bit short though. If you had one more pedal in, I think you would have made that. So even gonna hold on to a second run score there. 32, putting him in the 15th spot. You win some, you lose some. Let's take a look at our top 5. Thomas Lemon, 5th spot. Bobby Lemire on the Canadian in 4th. Polish rider Simon Gociek in 3rd. Germany's Peter Hanke, Mr. Party Hanke tonight, is 2nd spot. Huge double flip in 720 in his run. Then the Belgian rider Thomas Janot in 1st place with some of the smoothest riding we're seeing out here on the tour. Zaida, see if he can improve on his 6th place here with a 77.3. He has a lot of tricks up his bag. Polish rider can dominate all year round. 360 bar to attempt X up, double whip. Man, I saw him pull triples in practice. I think he was going for that. Unfortunately, maybe just didn't work out after that first step down, but yeah, didn't quite get the X up there. So 360 bar to bar tweak to double whip. Nicely executed though, but I know he was trying to do triples. Saw him do it in practice and in quali actually one run. 360 invert up the step up. Hi, Thomas. Sure he's waving his girl back at home. She's usually out here at the contest with us, not this year. Whip in, 3 table out, 3 double whip. That's maybe what the judges were looking for. Big flip whip, a little over-rotated, but holding on. No foot bobble, and a tire tap on the oil barrels at the very top. As well, trying to do some more tire tapping on the plane. So let's take a bit of a replay here. Whip in, 3 table, 3 double whip. Big flip whip, little, so close to the plane, little over rotated. And then a tire tap, finishing it off on the quarter pipe. Boys, I don't know if you're just joining us here, where you're watching us out on the World Wide Web, or if you're watching us on some local television here in Switzerland or Germany. Welcome. This is Tune Switzerland, and we are the Swatch Rocket Air. That is Thomas Zaida from Poland. He's just finished his 2nd run, scoring himself a lovely 79.7, actually moving 1 spot up into 5th place, but here's your 4th place contender. Somebody who we know has a huge run up his sleeve. Bobby Lemire, kind of the privateer, I believe. Someone needs to sponsor him. Frame companies, get on it. This kid is on fire, 18 years young. Truck driver down the step down. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, quad truck driver on the step up. Front flip up the step up! Oh, so happy to see that. Had dinner with him right before he was dropping in for the finals. He had never truck drivered or even spun that step down, lays it out in finals, does the quad truck driver there, and then he says, okay, I need to figure out something to do on the step up. I haven't done a front, like maybe my front flips are 1 out of 10 times landed. I don't know if I can do it. I'll just wing it in my final run. And there, it's perfect. Bobby, you did it perfect. Bar spin king, got those front flips now as well. That was one of the cleanest front sections of this course we've seen. Bobby Lemiron, 18 years young, from Canada. Let's see what he has, and he's dropping back in the course. Some fierce competition. Plays a lot on the nerves of the kids out here. Just dropping straight in. Bobby, tail whip in. Sui to bar. 3 whip to bar. Yes, he got it. He got the bars on it. This is the run of his life. Bobby Lemiron coming up. Flip whip. Stomps it. Tuck no Henry plays it safe. What a smart kid. Bobby Lemiron. Woo! Oh, I'm getting excited up here. Tail whip, suicide to bar. Check, this is one of the biggest switch ups in the second runs that we've seen. Completely different than his first run. Got that 360 whip to bar spin, and then a huge flip whip as well on the airplane jump. I believe he really wanted to go for a flare, but as it happened in his qualifying run, he slid out. Maybe didn't want to do that again. Huge tuck no-hander. Didn't need to risk it. I like that he switched it up. Let's see what the judges think of that, because that was a solid first run. First flyby here. Woo! Dune is going nuts. I'm going nuts, and I'm sure Dropsy up there and the great panel of FMB judges are racking their brains trying to figure out how this kid does not have frame sponsors. .3, Bobby Lemiron is in second place. Sam Pilgrim trying to be very serious. I know he's ashamed of that crooked tooth. No, he's not at all. He never wants to fix these things. Happy man. Doing it for Swatch watches, GoPro, Monster Energy drinks. Toon is on their feet for the Great Britain, the legend, and almost the oldest guy in this field, being born in 1990. Sam Pilgrim from Colchester, Great Britain, dropping in. Backflip tabletop on that gold NS bikes. Flip whip over the next jump. And 540, unique, and he gets that street style. No, this isn't BMX, but that is Sam Pilgrim. He knows what he's doing. He can land backwards, and I love it. So what you have to do is slope style. It's a form of expression, and that is rider expression. Sam Pilgrim doing what he loves doing. How am I not on? Sam Pilgrim. I believe we had a miss in my communication there. 360 double tail whip. Man, that was a huge run for Sam Pilgrim. Had a bit of a break in our channels here. Sorry, everyone. Flare tabletop. So Sam stepping it up. Front flip, tuck no hander. Haven't seen Pilgrim do that. He's been learning new tricks in the off season, obviously. Oh, tough. Sorry for you guys back at home. We had a little bit of a error here in the log. Probably didn't hear me the whole time Sam's run was on. But man, did he have a big improvement. 89.7, third placer Sam Pilgrim. That's bumping Pete Henke down into 4th spot. Simon Gosiak into 5th. These guys must be shaking their heads. How do I improve on those runs? But here's somebody who can improve. Jakob Fensel. We know he has some big tricks in his sleeve. Sitting in 10th spot with a 68.7. Truck driver to X up on the step down. 360 tuck no hander. Oppo 3 really dumped in X up there. That was a big Red Bull step down. Truck driver to X. Huge extended, holding the extension there on the tuck no handed. 360. The big opposite 360 X up, nice and dumped. Really cool way to get around there. Toon crowd here is incredible, completely packed, sold out audience. Torsten, our live host, really getting the crowd going here in Switzerland. You can hear them banging on my box behind me. And Jakob feels it as well. Head bobbing, Superman, backflip, 360 tuck, opposite way. Coming into the airplane, wall ride to bar, oh, just holding on. And tire tap into the quarter pipe, and the rider going back again. Another tire tap on the other side. Fun moves. Might be enough to improve his score from the 10th place, but it's definitely not going to be enough to bump into the top 5. So if you're just checking in with us, you have missed some incredible runs from the riders out here on the FMB World Tour. Bobby Lemiron from Canada just finished off with one of the craziest runs I've seen, pushing him into 2nd place. Sam Pilgrim as well just went down and totally bumped up his score, moving him into 3rd. There's Pete Henke with a double flip and a 720 in his run, sitting in 4th place. Simon Gosiak, who maybe has something up his sleeve, a front flip bar spin on a big long jump, sitting in 5th place. But let's see, this is not an improvement, going to hold on to the first run score there for Jakob Fensel, 68.7, 10th place. And the German rider, 89.0, Pete Henke. The crowd is on their feet because he wowed them last time. Backflip, table. Double flip again, 2 runs in a row. 360 double bar spin suicide up the step up. Pete Henke knows he had to step it up and he just did that. Let's take a look at that replay. Dropping into the Red Bull, step down, backflip tabletop. Again, for the 2nd run in a row, consecutively does that double flip, perfect. And now he's already dropping back in. We take a look at that next one next time. 360X up. Goes down on the 720, unfortunately. Oh, Pete is upset. Oh, that's too bad. I hope he's okay from that. Maybe got a bit of a Charlie horse. Oh, that's a tough break for the German rider. And give it up for Pete Hanke. Trying to step it up after a run like his first is insane, but he was doing it. And you just see a little under-rotated or too slow maybe for that cork, that 720. Oh, tough break. I wanted to see the finish of that. Would have been definitely bumping him back up. So here is your top 5 Swatch Rocket Air finalists. 84.7, Simon Gosiak from Poland with a front flip bar spin on the big jump. Pete Hanke still in 4th place, the German rider with an 89. Sam Pilgrim from Great Britain, 89.7 in 3rd place. Just bumped himself up on that second run. Bobby Lemiron, who finishes 2nd as well in a 90.3. That is definitely something that kid is going to highlight in his career. And Thomas Chenot, our last year's winner at the Thun Rocket Air, the Belgian rider, sitting in 1st spot with a 92.3. Simon Gosiak laughing it up. He finished his qualifying run and said, well, that was my finals. I don't have anything more, but I think he does have more. So let's see, can he bump himself up? 84.7. What has Gosiak got? Backflip 1 foot can off the step down. Oh, rock solid! Woo! Simon Gosiak just did a rock solid off the middle jump. This is motocross officially. Let's take a look back. Backflip, 1 foot can. Superman double C grab to nothing to double C grab and back on. That is a rock solid. Backflip bar spin up the step up. Okay, so yeah, I think he can improve on this one. That's definitely the only rider doing that in mountain biking or BMX or any 2 wheels without an engine, because your bike is totally way too light and not stable to support itself when you have that distance with your body. Anyways, back up into it, backflip up into the whale tail. 360 tabletop down. 360 double bar spin suicide. And front flip bar, oh, goes down hard there. No, he had the run going. Just a bit, he's smiling, but under-rotated on that front flip. Man, that is such a small jump. It's like, I don't know, 10 feet? Look at that, 360 double bar, suicide, perfect catch. Front flip, bar, such a small jump to do that on. Couldn't get the rotation completely. Oh, that would have been a run to put him into podium above Sam Pilgrim. I don't know if it would have been above Bobby, but he's gonna have to stick with that 5th place there with an 84.7. Nuno Barroso from Portugal, 12th place right now with a 44 even. He can do it. He can improve. Watch them Barcelona boys, or Catalonia, I guess, with the exception of himself from Portugal, winning in the team battle last night. One-hander out to the crowd to late bar spin, 720 over the big 20-meter jump. I think that was just a big 360 whip. Could be wrong. Let's watch it again in the replay. One-hander to late bar. Big, big 720. Yeah, And a massive 3-whip up the step up. Playing it safe there, not going for that Superman seek route to whip that he tried in run 1. But that run at least got him 12th place, so he hasn't crashed. I think he's gonna be bumping himself up here. Bar spin in. Oh, truck driver one-hander again to late bar. 360 downside whip over the hip. Tabletop, little bit of fun and coming into the airplane. Double whip on the airplane, slipping a little on the pedals. And a huge invert quarter air. Let's take a look back. That truck driver, that late, okay, 360 one-hander to late bar spin. 360 downside whip. Into the airplane, double whip. It just slips a pedal though. 2 pedals, so we'll see how much of a deduction that is. I know he's gonna improve from 12th place, that is for sure. Or at least from his 44. He has to step up past the 55.3 to improve from 12th place. Torsen, our live host, getting the crowd stoked. And he does, 11th place, 65 even. Nuno Barroso just missing the top 10 at this year's round. But Max Fredriksson, 8th place from Sweden. That's who we have up next. So, I know he can improve a few things, but I don't know if he wants to. He said, okay, I'm just gonna go out there and have fun. Just want to do some runs that I enjoy. Millen-Collin playing in the background. Bar to bar back. Flip whip off the big jump. Oppo whip up. He's just doing it for fun. Man, such smooth style out of the kid. Huge amplitude on that backflip whip. Great execution as well on that opposite tail whip. Coming up into the red carpet step up. The Swedish rider dropping back in, tail whip up into the dish. 360 bar spin out, coming up into the hip. Oh! 360 double bar to bar back. Whoa! Big, and a double whip on the airplane jump. Huge corner air to table. Man, that was the biggest, that was the coolest hip trick I've seen all contest long. Let's take a look at the replay there from Max Fredriksson. 360 bar down there, and check it. 3 bar, catch bar back. Oh, so much style. Give him a medal for that, please. Perfectly clean double whip on that airplane jump. And pop, up, table, clicked. Holding it down for the Swedes here. Be nice to see some more the Scandinavian boys make it back out for the Rocket Air. Missing you here this time, Adrian Tell, Anton Terlander, Martin Soderstrom. Where are you guys? Come on. Stop playing golf. It's mountain biking we like you for. Max improving. Not much, but with a 77.3. Only in Switzerland can you hear Papa Roach play again. These guys love the old rock music. Jeannot, though, hey, he's not running with music. He used to, always. 92.3 in first place. What is he doing? Victory lap, maybe. Thomas Jeannot. 3 ball. Oh, cork 7 hanging up. Bumped out. Bumped out. Went for that truck driver, nice and clean. Took a pedal, maybe one too little. Maybe just pulled too hard on the cork 7 and really, really hung up on that. I know he has a hurt hand there, actually. He crashed on a stupid little foot jam on the quarter pipe. Went over the bars and right to flat. Hurt his hand right before finals was starting. They're just sticking around on the quarter pipe and yeah, maybe that was a bit of the cause, but or hurting him a little more. But no, he's still in first place right now. But there is one man who's been able to dominate slopestyle contests since he started in his rookie year, Nikolai Rogetkin. Can he pull it together for his final run? Tail whip. Cork 720, perfect. Front flip up. Just as solid as run 1. Looks like the demons are alive. Eye of the tiger in his eyes. You can see it. He's fierce. He's hungry. He wants it. You're just taking a replay look, I guess, at Jeannot's run. But we'll get to Nikolai's in a minute. Nikolai Rogetkin actually dominating the Vienna Air King just a couple weeks ago. Claiming first place in both the best trick and the contest. No stranger to the podium. Been doing very well all year round. Nikolai Rogetkin dropping in all the way from the United States of America. 360 up, tail whip. Front flip bar, stomps it. Missed the bars on that front flip bar last time around. Double whip, super clean. Oh, and that big 540 flare. Nikolai Rogetkin, happy camper he is. Not many people can come back with pressure like that. Pulling it back all the way together on the last run. There we go, that's 2 runs of the Swatch Rocket Air. Just happened in front of us. Jeannot was bummed that he fell on that cork 7 because he knew that there was a heavy hitter behind him. Is it gonna be enough? Nikolai Rogetkin just stomped the run that he wanted. Will it be enough to beat a 92.3 and bump out Jeannot from first place? Dropsy making sure that they get all the points together. Let's see what they're coming up with. Swatch, a heavy contest. And ironically, it's only silver on the World Tour, so I'd love to see the level of difficulty when we have all the big boys out here who aren't too good to come over and compete in the little contests anymore. Nikolai anticipating 91.3, second place, not enough to bump out the Belgian Thomas Jeannot, but Nikolai Rogetkin get himself on the podium with a second place. Bobby Lemiron finishing it off, rounding those third place podium. And that is it, folks. The Swatch Rocket Air here in Thun, Switzerland for 2015 is a wrap. You saw the riders come and conquer an incredible pre-qualification 2 days ago. An insane team battle yesterday. Crazy qualifying today. And here we have it. Those are the top eight here coming. Thomas Janot in first place from Belgium. 92.3, the smoothest riding style we've seen on tour, and he's rewarded for it. Nicholas Rogakin in second place from the USA, 91.3, pulled it all together, all the pressure on his shoulders, last man down course, second run, pulled it together there. Bobby Lemarin as well, coming together from Canada on the second run, making a 90.3, getting himself a lovely third place here. He's gonna be pumped. Sam Pilgrim back on top of the top 5. Great Britain's one and only number 1, 89.7, there he has. Pete Hanke, double flip 720, and he's sitting Germany's highest top rider, 89 even with a 5th place. Simon Gociak in 6th place from Poland. Thomas Zaida, 7th place from the Czech Republic. Thomas Lamont in 8th place from France. Max Fredriksson in 9th place. Oscar Nagy in 10th. Jakob Fensel in 11th. Nuno Barrosa from Portugal in 12th, Lucas Knopf from 13th, Braden Barrett-Hay 14th, and Torquato Tesca from Italy rounding off your top 15. That's it, that's the finals. Top 15 riders in the world out here in Thun, Switzerland. We're gonna, I believe we're going to throw it down to Thorsten, who's gonna be closing us off here today. See if he has a little bit of an interview with Nikolai. But anyways, folks out there at home, thanks for joining us again. Make sure you book your tickets over to Thun next year. Swatch Rocket Air, it is the place to be. And make sure you come as well for the team battle, one of the funnest contests, side contests that we have in slopestyle. Incredible event that the Flying Metal crew puts on for us out here. Big hands go up to the Hunzigers, Ramon and Jerome, and everyone else out here in Thun who take part in making this come together. Thank you again. It's been a blast. Take care and good night.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Ryan, for the webcast. I'm going to do this in English because we're going to have it streamed all over the world now. I'm still trying to get Thomas Janot, the winner. He ran away right away for his hand, and this is why we're going to watch his final run again here on the screen. Look at this. Beautiful. So high and safe. This is Thomas Janot style. He definitely deserved first place. Even if it was very, very close to Nikoli. And this is, look at that. Perfect slow-mo of his Cork 720, or whatever you want to call this thing. It was definitely a beast, a beauty. And then it continues here on the second line. Sorry if my voice is a little off. This was such a blast here in Thun. At this Swatch Rocket Air slopestyle. Unbelievable. Tail whip. And another tail whip on the quarter. All right. We would like to get Thomas Janot next to me, but he's still at the ambulance, taking care of his hand. It's not too bad, but he was hurting before. And yeah, in this case, Nikoli, could you come over? If you're still around, not signing autographs already. Let's see where he is. I have no idea where Tomáš went. So this interview is gonna be a critical one, but maybe we get Nikoli. Nikoli, come over here. Oh, here we go. We wanted to do a winner interview, but you're also a winner. Even if Thomas is, get his hand fixed. He heard it before during the qualification and stuff. So what is your feeling about Switzerland and this whole event?
This event has been insane. These people give us so much love and support, like standing ovations, yelling so hard, and they don't even understand how much that motivates us. It makes us want to do all our biggest tricks, and this event was wild. So yeah, I really can't wait to come back, and it's been unbelievable this year.
So since I always see, here we go, even the audience is listening here. We're on the webcast and here in this house. Since you're always in Europe, do you ever thought about moving to Europe?
I mean, I love the life in the US. Being in Europe is awesome, but home is always good. Home is always going to be home, so not sure, but I really love coming over to Europe, and I do it about 15, 20 times a year, so yeah, enough time here for sure.
All right, thank you very much, Nicoli. Big high five. It was an amazing job. Even was very close to Thomas, but I guess you both... Yeah, exactly, the whole thing was so crazy. So let's see if we can get Thomas over here. Thanks again. And like you said, the crowd is the craziest ever. Hey, Thomas. Thomas Genon. So I've no idea if we're still on the webcast, but everybody in here is definitely going to hear you. You are the winner. Okay, I'm going to do it very slow. So, you won again. Last time I asked you what you're going to do with all this money that you're going to win. Do you have an answer for that one this year?
Same as last year, nothing.
Are you going to party tonight?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Maybe. You have to spend at least like...
I can't grab the beer with the left hand, but I still have one hand, so it's all good.
Okay, do you want to tell us what you think about Switzerland and like especially Thun with this event here?
I really like this event. You can ride all day, and then it's just fun, and then, I have no idea what to say, so yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I like it, yeah.
How bad is it with the hand? Is it...
Not bad.
Okay, so just ice and it's going to be fine?
Yeah, alles klar.
Alles klar. One more thing, what's your next stop? What are you going to do next?
Fils Montpellier in France. South of France, yeah.
Okay, congratulations one more time. Can we do a high five with that one? All right, the winner of the Swatch Rocket Air one more time in 2015, Thomas Genon.
Herr Wetzel, Ihr Wagen ist bereit mit Touchscreen-Navigation, Kollisionswarner, elektronische Einparkhilfe, Smartphone Connectivity und beheizbarem Lenkrad.
So aus dem ich ihn.
Das neue O von Opel. Der neue Corsa mit den Innovationen der Oberklasse.
Oh.
Love alone. Make you do right. Love. Love and happiness.
Abschiedsapplaus für Peter Henke! Da ist er im Bild. Gibt's die Swatch-Uhr und da kann das mal reinhalten. Peter Henke, 500 Franken für den 5. Platz. Nochmal Final Applaus. Ich weiß, ich nerv euch damit, aber er hat sich's verdient. Unglaubliche Performance. Double Flips, No-Handed Double Trucks, was weiß ich auch alles. Geht hier auf den 5., auf dem 4. Platz. Der Publikumsliebling Nummer 1. Und danke an euch, dass ihr da sofort aufgestanden seid und Vollgas gegeben habt. We are going to England, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Pilgrim! £1,000 for Sam Pilgrim and 4th place in this amazing event. And since they're all from all over the place, I'm gonna do this in English. 3rd place for the Swatch Rocket Air 2015 is going to Canada. Bobby Lamiron! Ah, 500 für den 5., 1000 für den 4. Und jetzt Bussi und den Scheck. So ist schön. 1500 Franken für Bobby Lamiron, 3. Platz. Second place is going to Boston, to the United States of America, Nikoli Rogatkin. Oh, macht das jetzt von hier oben und schauen wir das mit an der Ball an. Ihr seid bereit fürs letzte Schreien? Dann lasse ich euch in Ruhe. Alright. The winner of the Swatch Rocket Air 2015. One more time from Belgium, Thomas Chenot. Here we go. Da werden jetzt noch Pressefotos gemacht und so weiter. Und natürlich gibt es nochmal ordentlich Cash oben drauf für den Thomas Chenot. Hier sind die 5 Gewinner dieses Contests. 3.500 Schweizer Fränkli oben drauf. Jetzt kommen noch die Glocken. Jetzt ist langsam die Stimme weg. Noch ein bisschen Action da unten, was auch immer. Ich möchte daran erinnern, dass nachher noch eine Party ist im Bierkönig. Und ich wette, dass jeder Fahrer, der hier an den Start gegangen ist, an diesem Wochenende dort sein wird und richtig feiert. Wer Lust hat, kommt rüber. Wir müssen hier um 10 Uhr langsam oder leise machen. Da muss auf jeden Fall Schluss sein. Das heißt, ich habe jetzt noch 10 Minuten, aber so lange mache ich es nicht. Kauft hier die ganze Gastro leer. Kauft alles weg, was hier nur ist. Es kommt alles dieser Veranstaltung zugute. Und wir haben es gesehen, es hat die letzten Jahre, es ist immer besser geworden. Und alles Gelaber bringt überhaupt gar nichts. Ich möchte mich vielmals bedanken bei diesem Publikum, was das absolut geilste Publikum ist, was ich jemals gesehen habe, wenn Wellen von alleine anfangen, wenn Leute aufstehen, das gibt's nur in der Schweiz, nur in Thun. Vielen Dank, ich bin raus und wir sehen uns auf der Party.